Oh, all right. So starting a little bit late tonight, but that's to be expected this time of year. Holidays, schedules get a little wonky. All right. Odyssey of the Dragonlords. Last session we left off in the middle of exploring the island of time. Does anybody, for a point of DM inspiration, want to recap last session, the events leading up to, I guess, the departure from Typhon the Maw, and then the arrival at the Island of Time?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. We're set. Take it away.
Feels like a long time since our last session. Many years, in fact. But the last thing I can remember, we were leaving Typhon's Maw after having Hypatia back, and she seemed okay. She didn't want me to take a look, so I'm not sure if she's perfectly fine or not, but she seems okay. And we made our way out of Typhon's Maw. There were some lava cubes and magma cubes, or magma slimes, and then a big axe head who is now called
Forkhead.
Forkhead. Yeah, who is now known as Forkhead. We managed to get his axe from his head and gave him a new one to replace it, changing his identity. And after that, we managed to leave the Maw and head towards the Island of Time, where strange things began to happen. And we descended some steps and kept descending and ascending all around for many years.
Okay, I guess that's kind of where we left off. All right. Important things to note. Characters did age up a bit, a couple of characters, as you tried to navigate the infinite stairwell, which would bring you to the stone table. So let me go ahead and preload that stone table, and we'll go ahead and get you guys over there and start exploring.
I have one question.
Uh-huh.
Because it seemed very important. When we first arrived, there was a Sphinx there, and she gave us some kind of warning. What was that warning again? It was something he
will roar 3 times, and then you will be unmade.
It will be unmade. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can you say that first part again?
He will roar 3 times, and it's a capital H. You definitely heard the capital H when she said he. He will roar 3 times, and you will be unmade.
Great.
Did Reset forget that because she's low intelligence and climbing stairs radius?
Probably.
Cool.
Look,
cool.
She's been trying to count time. She doesn't know she's been gone for 80 years, okay? She actually thinks she was gone for 20 years because she was so bad with counting.
Well, I mean, how boring the life of an Norwegian is, I could see you guys not really feeling the passage of time the same way as other people.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. It's fine. Everything will be fine. Let's see. Gonna head over here. Preload the table. And then I have to go grab you guys so that I have the right miniatures for this. So you guys are currently in the passage through time. All right. Let's see. Go. All right. Trying to figure out the best place for you to arrive. Yeah, this seems as good a place as any. Okay, so I'll put you right about here. And we'll change out that sweet music. All right, this one's mastered a little bit lower than the others, so we have to turn it up a little bit. It will take you 20 years into the past. And you will pick flowers as you hope that a rogue minotaur doesn't come out of the forest and completely decimate you. Maybe that's only if you're playing with mods. Alright, so yeah, you guys find yourselves on a floating platform. You realize that it's not necessarily floating. There are narrow columns of stone in the classic Thylean fashion, rising hundreds and hundreds of feet up from a massive reservoir down below. A waterfall falls behind the platform, but also somehow feeds a small stream and fountain on the platform. Stairs lead both up and down to other platforms that are suspended by similar precarious pillars. There seems to be two massive statues of bald warrior-esque type women who are holding up another platform to which stairs lead both up and down. Looking around, you can see that all of the railing is made of some sort of precious metal, sort of a very bright, polished gold. There are pillars rising up here and there, but they don't seem to actually support anything at all. But you're sure they also support the platforms themselves, despite not connecting to the ground. They don't match up with the pillars that are beneath, so it's not like they're an extension of the pillars from below appearing above. It's a bit confusing. Here and there, you can spot ornate wooden tables, and upon those tables, you can see that there are advanced 20 squares boards. But these squares, there are far more than 20. And they have many, many tiles reset, of which you have never seen before. Strange, arcane runes are carved upon the tiles, though it is hard to make out the details from this great distance. You see angelic robots milling about, including one who looks bigger and more intimidating than the others. They are currently staring intently at this very handsome Sphinx right here, who looks bothered and a bit worried. His feathers all ruffled, his eyes darting about in a bit of a panic. You can see that there are other Sphinxes about, including a ram-headed one, who is having a conversation with sort of your basic bitch, lion-esque male specimen. And then there is a Gynosphinx who reminds you a little bit of the Lotus Witch. She looks heartbroken and dismayed. No one seems to be paying you any mind. As you guys take stock of each other, you notice a few things. Cyrus, you look older. As a creation of Lutheria, you are relatively ageless, but I think she played too much Witcher 3, or at least maybe got a hold of the books, because you definitely aged up into, like, you know, a fine wine territory. And like you feel as if you could continue to grow old without any problems, but you definitely appear older than when you started by several decades. but not nearly as old as Reset, who entered a fresh-faced warrioress, a Aresian monk with many, many years ahead of her. She's now, let's see, the best way to put it is she is Heather Locklear old. Like, you know she's old, but she's carrying it pretty well. But there are the signs of like crow's feet near the eyes and the lips. The jaw is much more pronounced. The nose is a bit sharper. Streaks of gray kind of threaten to take the color from her hair as the silver starts to sort of take over. And most startling of all these changes is there are twisting horns coming out of her head.
Oh, wow.
Like really big, obvious ones?
Oh yes, yeah. Like I'd say bigger than Chandra's.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would do the thing where I'm staring at them, but not staring, but staring.
There's also some flowers blooming from her hair.
Oh, growing from your hair. All right.
Yeah. Nightshades.
Oh, which anybody with any sort of keen memory or knowledge of religion knows that is the chosen flower of Lutheria.
Hooray, have religion.
And Phil got altered too? That OG mini?
I don't know. Did you get you just kind of feeling that tonight on the Island of Time?
No, I had to. I will think about it.
Wait, what? The thing that was happening to me earlier is happening to you now.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Just keep talking until you become clear again. Hello?
Just go on without me. I can listen.
Oh, okay.
Well, now
Oh,
it's
you're
perfect.
clear now. That was clear.
Oh, okay. I can kind of hear you. All right, cool. All right. Yeah. Kyra looks around at all of you and leans over to Reset and says, I think I know you. Katia, right? Weren't you trapped in Reset's locket, though?
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? I mean, look at you. Like, you got the horns, you've got the strong jaw, you got the look, you know, I'm taking everything and whatever can be taken is mine, and in your eyes, Wait, Reset?
Yeah? Who did you think I was?
I mean, I thought you were Katia. I just said that part.
Oh, no, she's here. And I'll hold out my amulet.
That's rough.
What do you mean?
She reaches into her small sequined backpack, takes out a hand mirror, and shows you.
I look at it. Turn back and forth.
Yep.
What's wrong?
What do you mean what's wrong? You grew horns. You're old. I mean, you weren't like that when we started. I mean, Cyrus. Yeah, you guys were right behind us the whole time.
No, we were wandering there for a bit.
Did they arrive at the
So-
platform the same time we?
Yeah.
This
I mean,
place
I
is way more
was
dangerous
walking
than
for
we
a
thought.
while, but yeah. And I assume when we were walking, it was like just constant walking, right? It's not like
Yep.
Yeah.
Like the longest walk, you just kept walking. You felt compelled to never give up until you found your way through the stairs, but you felt that constant passage of time.
So
You feel like if you had to do that too many times, you might go insane.
Mm-hmm.
Did it feel like you were traveling for many years? Is that? I know it did for me.
Yeah. Maybe about, I don't know, 10, 20 years.
How do you feel?
I feel fine. I was walking the entire time. I kind of show her my legs.
These, can I Ennis is gonna try and touch your horns, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they like very sharp?
They're like, if you touch the tip, yeah, but they're kind of curled inwards.
But they're real. That's what she's checking. She's kind of shocked.
Oh yeah, they're real.
Okay. I'll be way more careful.
Why?
We need to make sure we make it back to the real world, yes?
I think this is real, Anna.
Okay.
This guy spots you and says, "Oh, there they are!" And he flutters over to the edge of the railing, and he calls down and up at you, and he says, "Hey, heroes! How goes the search?"
Where are we?
Good one. You're at the stone table.
I believe this might be our first time go around.
Does it mean like the whole structure is the stone table? Is there a specific stone table?
There are 3 wooden tables.
But we're standing on a stone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
You gotta hurry. Kartos is depending on you.
Why is that?
He rolls his eye, and he says, "What? Have you forgotten already? Why would you agree to do it in the first place, then?"
The stairs took a while.
They always do. Unless they don't.
Let's talk to Kartos. How about that?
Okay.
Who's Kartos?
Who's Kartos?
come on, Cyrus. It's obviously
Okay, no. So at the foot of these stairs, they look like they go up or down.
Both. They go up and down.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
okay.
I'm not gonna fly in here. I'm afraid of what might happen.
Okay.
I do want to ask the little eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, little one.
Oh, hello.
He's engaging.
How many squares is that?
Gosh, how many squares? What do you mean? Like on this map, or
No, on that table over there. That board?
oh, on that board. 225.
I only know 20.
Oh. Well, that is the gods game. It's better than nothing. As you approach, Kartos lets out a long sigh. He turns and says, my friends, you have returned. Please tell me you have good news.
So, about that, I think there's been a misunderstanding.
Prisoner, do not try to escape, or you will be unmade. Your crimes are the most heinous I have seen in a very long age. And Kartos looks annoyed and hurt, and looks over, looks back at you, and says, "Time is running out. Please."
Yes. So, there was a deal where I had done some stuff and some time stuff, and the Furies got really mad at me, and they put me in a prison. But then, so
Hypatia, this isn't about your problems today. This is about mine.
No, I know that. So what I'm saying is that by fixing my problems, I think I made yours worse, because this is the first time we've been here, and I don't know what you're talking about.
I understand. You're having a bit of trouble processing everything. All right, let's cut to the chase. We were having the tournaments of words. I was performing very well. I spelled a word that, I will admit, was a bit questionable. But I don't feel that it was outside of the rules. I recall it being used before and it being allowed. However, this time it was contested. And, well, no one can find the great book of rules to check and make sure that the word is in fact allowed. And therefore my life may be forfeit. Does that catch you up? Does that jog your memory?
Not at all, but we can still help. There's a book of rules. Where was the last time you saw the book?
The book of rules, it just sort of, passes around. We only keep the one, even though there are many tables. You see,
yes,
at one time there was many books, but then, when you have more than one copy of something and there's time dilation, sometimes the copies change, and it's much easier to assure that one copy maintains its integrity if there is, in fact, only the one copy.
Well, of course, and
is
where
that the judge?
Was it the...
Is what?
Is that the judge?
Oh,
who judges the tournament?
That is Kabira Nasir. They are an enforcer of the universe's laws. When they heard of the contested move I made, they appeared as if from nowhere and put these shackles upon me. And he shows you that his adorable bird cat legs are, in fact, shackled by twisting energy of force and inevitability. This tournament was it was a friendly game for sure, but the Sphinx, we take this sort of thing very seriously. You see, the game of words is it is the greatest game. Both math and words coming together in a perfect union.
Who contested who challenged your play?
I was contested by Nolan. I thought him my friend, but he became so competitive, and he challenged every word I made. And as I advanced further and further through the tournament, he began to contest nearly everything, but never fully, never throwing down the flag of challenge, simply implying my words were wrong. But finally, when I played my powerful combination, that is when he struck and made his claims. But at that point, the book was gone. They were unable to confirm whether or not it was true.
Was he about to lose?
No, Nolan was doing quite well.
Oh. Haven't had a rivalry before this?
Well, Nolan and I have always been great friends. He indulges my silly pastime. I am a collector of maps, you see. But as we all know, time renders every map useless. But I think they're neat.
Is the board as you left it?
Yes, it is being watched over now by Carbon and Balatro.
Would we be able to take a look?
I would assume you've been allowed to investigate. That's what you're supposed to have been doing this whole time.
Kabira Nasir.
Yes, monstrosity. What do you need?
Are you aware of the location of the book, the rules?
The Book of Rules is somewhere on the island of time. Currently.
Do you perhaps have a way of tracking it down further to a more precise location?
Unfortunately, it continues to shift through time and space. And eventually, it is destroyed.
If the last rulebook is destroyed, is it then no longer in question?
Then
There are no rules?
there is a rule to cover the loss of the rule book. A council of the player's peers will vote whether or not the word used was legal or illegal. If they decide it was illegal, he will be unmade. Such is the penalty for taking on the high-stakes game of words.
All right. Well, we have two options. We look for the book, or we just try to get his peers to agree that it's a real word.
Nessa flies up to you, and she says, "Oh wow, that's like really smart. You just kind of cut to the quick like that. Like you just knew exactly what needed to be done. Very decisive."
I guess I've wizened in my old age.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah, that's...
I don't know why I could fly now, but
Let's go speak with Nolan. I think he's over there. I point. Since you can fly, Nessa, do you wanna take me?
yeah, sure. Hop on. All right. As you guys head over, you see Nolan, the goat-headed sphinx. He finishes his conversation with this individual right here, who you believe is Carbon, and he leaps off the stone pillar, disappearing into the fog and water below. This individual begins to sob even harder, beating her fists against the stone tiles of the floor. The two Sphinx look away in disgust at the Gynosphinx's display of emotion. Oh, yeah, let's do this. And she flies you over there, and you guys turn upside down so that you can land right side up on this higher, lower platform. As you approach, this guy says, I'm sorry. The tournament is on hold, and no new entrants are allowed.
Why is that?
There was a cheater amongst our ranks. The one known as Kartos played an incredibly illegal word, and to cover his tracks, we believe he stole and hid the Book of Rules.
What was the word?
Carbon looks uncomfortable, and he says, I fear to sully my tongue by speaking it aloud. But the ancient runes upon our word stones would spell it as Z-A.
How many points would that word give?
The placement of the letters allowed him access to one of the very, very magical spaces that creates triple the normal points for a word. He was able to create 2 words with this ZA. In the end, that triggered a special combination known as a bingo, named after an ancient hound of great power. Altogether, he scored over 160 points, and only played 2 tiles to do so.
I mean, I'm not a 220 squares master, but
225.
225 squares master, but
You can simply call it the game of words.
I'm not a game of words master, but that sounds like a lot of points.
It is a decently large amount of points, enough to secure him the victory and the overall point total to possibly win the entire tournament.
Would Nolan have no chance of a comeback?
Nolan was doing fine and would have come in a close second, possibly even taken first with some clever play. No, Nolan was simply making us aware of this despicable and desperate play.
Where is
So
Nolan now?
Could
Nolan
Kartos
has gone to seek the Book of Rules.
Could Kartos define the word?
Kartos claims that it is some sort of food. But when asked, he could not remember from what world or timeline it came from.
Why would a food be illegal?
Because none of us have heard this word used before.
Oh,
There are many 2-letter words that are used in the game of words that are offensive, but strategically sound.
According to those very rules, could not the person who accused the other of cheating, shouldn't they also be held here as they are also in suspect? Where they could not prove that they were the word was illegal without the book?
A fair point. He approaches the railing and he looks down. I should have thought of that. Balatro, go fetch Noland. Bring him back here. And Balatro fans his wings and then bamfs out.
Good. That should at least limit any possibility of foul play.
You hear soft sobs as Weiwa hangs upside down from this pillar. The reverse gravity threatening to pull her towards the clouds.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Why are you so sad?
I'm worried about Kartos. I don't want him to be unmade. It is a foolish thing, love. But I feel it for him, nonetheless.
Aw.
Even though all he loves are his maps.
You have anything else in common? Do you like maps or no?
She kind of shrugs. I like how handsome he is, and he seems to like being handsome. I also like listening to him talk about his maps, for there is a passion there that none of these other Sphinx are ever capable of bringing forth. He reminds me a bit of an old friend of mine. She was the most passionate of all our people, but she is gone now. Her passions led her down the path of madness.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about her here. I don't want to get unmade. That sounds awful.
And it's gonna be pretty hard to
But we promised to help
free her.
Kartos not be unmade, so we'll figure this out.
Oh, okay. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know.
Were you watching them play the game?
No, I was playing my own game over there.
Did anyone else at the tournament require rules clarification?
Oh, frequently. We love to argue the rules. That is why there's only one book of the rules. Because for a while there were many, and we would argue about which book of the rules was the right book of the rules, and never get around to actually arguing the rules themselves.
Do you remember the last person who used the book? Or was it just here?
She seems like deep in thought. She says, I was simply paying attention to my own match. I mean, perhaps I was gazing over longingly and lovingly at Kartos, but beyond that, I was simply playing my own game.
Okay.
Lady Weiwa,
Mm.
who would be considered, sorry, I remember names, Kartos' peers, should there be a trial?
Oh, we are all his peers.
So just the individuals here?
Oh, there are others, but they grew bored. It has been many cycles since the accusations were made.
Well, if he were to, if this were to go to trial, if the book cannot be found, as can happen, how many of his peers do you think would vote in favor of his actions, and how many would vote against?
Well, he's a bit of an oddity. He often speaks out against Sphinx culture, saying that we should be more in tune with the true timeline, that we should not play at being gods with time and space. This does not sit well with the others. He is ill-liked by many.
So it is not likely he would win in the trial.
I would simply vote for him, even if he was cheating.
Well, I don't believe he was cheating, but...
But how do you know?
Can I spend a quick indigo elf token to see if perhaps this is a word I've heard before? On the off chance.
I know where
Yeah.
I've heard this word before.
You may.
I do want to go ask Kartos about the word, though. And then I'll have my epiphany.
All right,
Okay,
go ahead and give me a history check.
Okay.
This will be with advantage. Okay, yeah. You are confident that if you had heard such a word before, you would remember, especially after perusing the many books, both regional and off-world, that you had access to when staying with Indigo Elves.
Okay.
From what you could understand in this game of words, each of the arcane runic tiles has both a letter rune and a number rune. Depending on how they're placed on the different colored tiles of the board, that will mathematically combo together to create point values. Actually, it looks pretty fascinating.
I mean, I'm really into it.
Yeah.
In a way that 20 squares never interested me.
Yeah, this is definitely the superior game to 20 squares. I mean, it's got
absolutely.
it's got 205 more squares, so you already know it's better.
Yeah.
Okay. Anna, you approach Kartos.
Yeah.
He says, Anastasia, you have returned. Do you have good news?
I just want to ask you about. We saw the word you put down. What inspired this word?
Oh,
Do you remember?
I remember reading it in a book once. I didn't know for sure if it was a real word or not, but I thought if it was in a book, then there was a good chance it was.
I would come to the same conclusion.
Mm-hmm. The book was about a detective who was also some sort of sorcerer.
Of course.
Mhm,
That's a powerful combination.
mhm.
I don't know what a detective is.
A detective is what you are. You're solving this case.
Oh. Okay. Then I think I want to go ask Kyra.
Okay.
She's ever heard of a Za?
Hmm. Oh, hey.
Have you heard of it? So we're trying to help this Sphinx guy.
Mhm.
They say he cheated at this word game that
Mhm,
they seem to like very much. He used
Mhm.
a 2-letter word. It was Z-A.
mhm.
You ever heard of
Za.
something like that?
Her stomach grumbles. Za. Can you use it in a sentence for me?
Sounds like food. Maybe. I wish I could really go for some za right about now.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's short for coleslaw.
Sla?
Yeah.
Any ideas for some? As I'm having this conversation right side up with Kyra, Rosette has come up upside down. And I look up to her and ask, any ideas? Because if we can convince him it's a real word, then that might be easier than trying to find this book.
Well, he read this in a book about a D.
Yeah, it was a detective and a sorcerer combination.
Okay. Did you ask him what this detective or sorcerer looked like?
No.
Maybe this detective sorcerer looks like someone here.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with Rosette and we'll go ask him again.
Endis approaches the group of you and says, Anna, I don't mean to interrupt, but this Kartos person's problems, they're not our problems. We're here to fix the relationship between the Lotus Witch and the island.
Yeah, and that lady over there is a friend. Well, it would sound like she might have been a friend of hers, and she likes this guy. So I feel like if we help them get together, maybe she can help us find out how to
Get together? This isn't some matchmaking situation. We have very real diplomacy we need to do, Anastasia. These creatures, they are above such pettiness as getting together.
Oh, Falana's never been a diplomat, has she?
I mean, this is Endis. Falana thinks it's great.
Endis.
Yeah.
Endis. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, wrong person.
Yeah. No.
Endis has definitely never been
Falana
a
is just
diplomat.
taking notes like crazy. It's like she's filling up reams and reams and reams of scrolls right now.
I just
Pay her
want
any
to be
mind,
careful. I want to follow the right path. I don't want what happened to Rosette to happen again if we can avoid it.
Where would a logical person try to hide a book?
Library?
Yep. Let's ask him.
I don't know, something about the goat-headed man, the goat-headed sphinx. I don't trust him.
Anna, what if Kartos read this book on a different timeline?
Maybe it changed?
Like what if he read it in the future?
Okay, yeah, let's go ask him. And then we'll go.
Yeah.
And you'll just have to be patient. I don't think we can force anything to happen here that cause friction. Kartos, this detective book
As you approach, Kartos says, Anastasia, you've returned. Do you bring good news?
we're
Time is running out.
getting very close. How time exactly do we have?
There are only a few cycles left.
Okay. Tell us more about this detective sorcerer. What do you look like?
Oh, you've read the Detective Sorcerer books too. I much prefer them to the Witch Detective books. I believe he was very tall.
Did you like any food?
He liked a beverage that was described as sweet and brown, with many
Alcohol.
bubbles.
I don't like
Here.
any wine. Sweet though.
Or ale.
An ale?
No, well, Phil drinks a lot. Let's ask Phil.
Okay. This is a real.
Wait, what? Yeah, what kind of clothes did this detective wear?
Oh, he had a billowing cloak. Or was it a coat? It may have been one of those.
Any particular color?
Oof. I can't actually remember. I'm very stressed out right now.
That's understandable. It's only your life on the line.
Oof. Oh, well, you could look through time and maybe find me when I have most recently read the book and do remember.
I'm not supposed to do that.
Oh, well,
Also-
you don't have to. They can. So if you return to the passage through time, you could just head to the edge of time and peer over the edge with the intention of seeing me reading the book. And then you would be able to see me reading the book and then know, I suppose, I don't know, shout at me and I'll answer. Maybe you've done that before and I just can't remember. Or maybe you will do it and I don't know about it yet.
So if you like these books,
Mm.
don't you still have them?
Well, we eschew personal belongings. Once we're done with something, we just return it to the time stream.
I look shocked. Like, how could you, like, if you enjoyed a book, how could you ever throw it away?
Well, if you love something, you must always set it free.
Hypatia, didn't we get a bunch of books on that island with with Gaius?
Yeah, we did, but I went through them and there was nothing particularly interesting.
Nothing about the detective
No.
sorcerer?
Did he have a name?
Oh, yes. He definitely had a name. He was named Harry.
Harry. Okay.
Maybe he was a wizard named Harry.
That's a weird name for a wizard.
I mean, if he had a lot of hair, I guess. Was it a children's book? It kind of sounds like a children's book.
I do like a good children's book or a young adult novel, but maybe.
The concern that I have, Kartos, is that while this may have been a word that you read, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a real word.
Well, it was not a proper noun. We're not allowed to play those in the game of words.
Well, yes, but
And you hear Kabira Nasir say, "All know this rule. All know the truth of the game of words. Proper nouns are never allowed."
yes, but also you know how the kids in Mitros do. You know, they have a new word for regular things every other
Oh, but
week.
what is slang but language in its infancy?
Well, that...
With time, all slang becomes words.
See, I don't know that that's true. I think some slang is forgotten and never becomes a word.
The breaker of the wheel knows the truth. Not all words are worthy of being words. Behold the forbidden yeet. And it picks up this little eyeball and throws it off the cliff.
Wait, why'd he do that?
That is a yeet.
That makes no sense.
Exactly. That is why it is not a word. In the game of words.
Oh,
So,
he has a good case, Kartos.
but if it's not a word now, do we have to wait until it's a word later then?
Oh,
The
yeah,
Book of
what if we just
Rules
made
has
it a
all
word?
words that would and would ever be words. That is why it is used for the tournament of the game of words. And you see this guy come careening up from the sky, and he lands hard sideways on the ground. Karto says, "It's complicated. I'm sure of it. If you look back, specifically from rereading that book about the wizard named Harry, who is tall, I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of this. Or you could just find the book of rules, like you said you would." Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm just very nervous.
Okay. I don't think magic will help. It's somewhere on the...
I mean, if we wait another cycle, I could...
That is why you were selected to find it. You exist outside of time and space. You will find it with the mundanity of your mundaneness, or you will not.
Anyway, if we waited a cycle, I have a spell that could maybe find it. But I'm actually not too confident in that, so we may just waste a day.
No, I
Or,
think-
8 hours.
You mentioned sending us back in time.
Oh, he said we could go back down the stairs. Passage of time. And find the end of time and look over and think about him. Reading the book.
Bill,
Somehow-
Annika approaches you and says, "Brother, we need to leave this place, and soon.
The
We're going
island, or
we're going to lose our minds here."
yeah, I don't understand why anyone would even care about this game.
I mean, it's just a bunch of tiles. It's worse than a game of 20 squares. Just 200 something squares? How long do you think this game takes?
I don't,
Days? Do they even have days here?
they should have just flipped the table when they couldn't figure it out. But they seem like, and then Phil references to the rest of the group. They seem like they really care about this guy. I guess we wait for them.
So, is there a stairway back to the passage of time, or is it gone? I'm confused.
Oh, yeah, this guy says, "Oh, you silly goose." And I'm sorry. That was a terrible thing to say. Geese are incredibly evil. You just walk down the stairs until you want to be down the stairs. You just think to yourself, time to head back to the passage through time.
I want to go check out these other...
Are there stairs? There's stairs everywhere, silly!
I'm gonna, after the guy says the thing about the mundane stuff, I'm gonna have Skilla fly around and just like look under chairs.
That's exactly. I was gonna go over this table and look under the table real quick.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
do you
Go
want
ahead
me to
and
run
give
around?
me a group investigation.
Okay.
So everyone who is participating in investigating will give you an investigation.
I'm not really like looking for this book, but I have been staring at this table, just kind of like shaking my head the whole time. So we'll investigate just this table.
I'll run around to wherever Hypatia tells me to go.
Okay.
I'm definitely helping look around.
Like I'll check under their chair.
All right. You find one clue. One clue. So, over here, at the table where Anastasia is, you find a lock of hair that has been woven into sort of a small ring that you could sort of like just kind of hold in your hand or paw. Hypatia, with your keen mind, you kind of think it looks like Weiwa's hair.
I will show it to Weiwa and say, "Hey, I found this. Is it yours?"
She says, "Oh, it looks like my hair, but it's all nicely braided into a little loop there. That's weird." Oh, and then she blushes. And she kind of looks around and she says, "We cannot speak of this here. Can you meet me over there?"
I will meet her over there.
Okay. All right. So she raises her wings to fly and then disappears. And then she reappears over there.
I'll just kind of tiredly climb on my broom.
Okay. It makes like weird, like motorized sounds, like as you fly over. She says, "Oh, do you see in my hair? There are many braids. I've braided beads and gemstones and such.
It looks very nice."
Yeah.
I took one of these braids and I left it for Kartos to find, an offering of my affection." And then she kind of like looks really sad and she says, "But where did you find it? At Kartos' table?"
I don't know. It was over on the other table.
"Oh, that is where Arkin and Nolan were paired up to battle."
Is it possible that Nolan likes you?
"Nolan like me? I hope not. He's such a goat. And not like the cool kind that's the greatest of all time, but like an actual goat. Like he has little rectangle eyes and he eats garbage. He's also very mean. I don't know why Kartos puts up with him.
Does he pull your hair?
He could try, and then he would be unmade." And her eyes crackle with arcane temporal power.
Oh, I see where you're going, Hypatia.
Got a bad feeling this is the love triangle of doom.
You think that Nolan found her hair and thought it was a gift for him, and tried to get Kartos taken out because Nolan knows that she likes him.
All right. Over here, Phil, you see Balatro reappear, and he has a Gypso Sphinx with him. And he says, "Carbon, I have found. And he says, oh, wait. Sorry, Reduk. I was looking for Nolan. And Reduk kind of shakes their head and kind of wanders off. And then he bamfs away again. Oh, sorry to interrupt.
That looks like the
I'm
one
gonna-
that gave us that warning.
Yeah, I mean,
there's only
so much Sphinx art in
No,
the
it's
world.
okay. I just wanted to double check.
I have them sorted by species this time around.
I fly over to Nessa
Mhm.
and I say, hey, can you go talk to Kardos and figure out how he feels about Weiwa? And how he thinks Nolan feels about Weiwa?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Hypatia.
Yeah?
Hey, so I've been staring at this stupid-looking game for a while now. I kind of thought, like, they want us to solve their problems. What if we spin, like, the Lotus Witch could solve their problems? And maybe if they brought her here, then maybe she would know where the book is.
You know, that's a good point. We could argue that a jury of, deciding by a jury of your peers is really just a popularity contest. And we need someone from outside to be the judge.
Yeah, something like that.
I like it, Phil. It's a good idea.
Yeah, by the way, if you ever invite me to come over and play one of these games when we're done, just don't. It looks awful.
See, I can see how you would think it would look that way, but now I'm gonna start explaining miniature details to him,
Oh no!
like for how awesome it is.
Yeah, about how it's a perfect marriage of like word
Yeah.
game and math game. Yeah.
Yeah.
How?
The scene
So
behind the pillar.
Anna, Anna, Reduk approaches and says, Weiwa, I'm sorry that our match ended prematurely. I was prepared to defeat you in ways that you could only try to imagine. My mastery of the language chosen for this year's tournament is how some of the timelines would describe Leet AF. And Weiwa gives them like kind of an emboldened smile and says, well, don't worry. The tournament's back on as soon as they prove Kartos' innocence. And then I'll teach you a few things about language and math. Ha! Phil, the acoustics here are amazing, and you had to hear that conversation even though you didn't want to.
Love the camaraderie you guys show about this game. It must be a great game.
Oh, it's a good game. It's a good game.
Okay, I think we need a group huddle.
Yeah, I'm very, very concerned about this.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, my audience, like in the middle of explaining how the triple tile works, and I hear group huddle, I'm like, oh yeah, iPod, you heard? Like, they want to talk.
Well, let's go. Let's go
I
over
think
here.
Nolan ate the
The acoustics in this place are amazing.
Okay. So I feel like we got a lot of clues.
Wait,
that
I
wanna
just
proceed.
realized, the acoustics in this place are amazing. Maybe we should go somewhere else to talk.
Endis says, Phil, I agree with you.
I'm afraid to go anywhere else, and I specifically do not look at Rosette.
Yeah.
Kyra's like, I don't understand. You just walk down the stairs, just like we walked up the stairs. It took maybe 5 minutes.
Who had that lock of hair still? Do we still have it?
Yeah. Hold down to him.
have an idea. What if I use this as a focus to channel what time period I want to try to go back to, and walk down the stairs that way?
But
I'm just saying, I wouldn't try to understand this place.
yeah, just kind of going with the flow.
You'll go mad.
Oh, I think I'm predisposed to madness already. It's kind of in the genetics.
Okay, Nessa comes back over. She says, "Okay, all right. It's pretty heavy up in here. All right. So, Kartos is definitely a romantic. He's only in love with maps, but he doesn't know this. But Weiwa would die for him. That's how much she's in love with him. But she doesn't know that Roland worships the ground she walks on. But since there's Sphinx, Roland has to keep his crush a secret because others will view it as an emotional weakness. These guys have a lot in common with the Eresians, if I'm being honest. And then she has to keep her crush a secret because she doesn't want to be ridiculed for her weakness in emotion. But Kartos, he doesn't care who knows how much he loves the pointless maps that he collects. And in a way, that is what she admires the most about him, and Roland is jealous of.
It's like we should introduce
So it sounds like Roland has two reasons to be jealous. One, because Kartos is bold enough to express his feelings, even at the cost of his own status, and that he has the affections of the creature that Nolan's in love with. Whew, man. She reaches into her fanny pack, produces her bong, and she hits that shit real hard. This place is wild, man.
I think we should introduce the map guy to Cabbage. But they'd like each other.
Pass it over. Pass it over now.
Oh, yeah, she passes it over, yeah. So 42. How about that game, right? I was kind of running the numbers. I think you could score quite a few points if you had the right combination of tiles.
Yeah.
Are you using that keen mind to memorize the layout? Because I mean, I'm just saying, we could make one when we get back to the ship.
I don't know, Nessa. I don't want to get unmade. I roll my eyes a little bit at that.
As Hypatia said, unmade, Rosetta is trying to make the calculation for how many points she would get if she made that.
Also, why are they getting mad at him about a 2-letter word? Like, apparently you can get a bingo for a 7-letter word, so why wouldn't you just spell Muzjiks? It's like the highest scoring word you could do with the tiles the way they're laid out.
Yeah, you only get a certain number of tiles at a time, though. He probably only had those. Yeah.
Well, he obviously had the Z.
Yeah.
Do you think?
I think we need to go.
If he took his turn back and submitted a different word, do you think that might help?
Oh, there's no takebacks, especially after a word's been challenged. At least that's what I've picked up from talking to everybody.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that would be. Yes. So
I guess in a normal, like, casual game, when you challenge, it's just stealing each other's points. But when the tournament stakes are this high, apparently you could be unmade. I guess they do it because life is really boring when you can kind of just exist in all timelines.
I guess that's put risk somewhere. I have a feeling without this Nolan person, he's avoiding us for a reason.
yeah, I think he has the book.
You hear
or
a bam,
destroyed the book.
and you see Balatro reappear. I have found Angela. And Angela lets out an angry bleat. Meh! What are you doing? I was making a poopy! And Carbon shakes his head in disappointment. And Balatro says, my search continues. And he disappears. Kyra says,
I'm gonna.
"Yeah, I thought I'd like this place a lot more than I do. It's really, yeah.
I'm
Is there
gonna,
any-
There's a new,
guys.
there's a
I'm
new person ask
gonna
questions.
go.
Wait, what?
Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, I think I have a plan. I'm gonna go take the facts that we know and lay them out before the judge. That the odds are that Nolan has stolen and destroyed the book. But it is still possible that, regardless of that being the case, that Kartos' word may be illegal. So, I think that, as we probably will not be able to find the book, and I think that things have been manipulated beyond what is possible to recover from. You know, like the jury of his peers is not going to work either. So I'm gonna lay out the facts
Are you
and
going to
say
suggest
that
Queen Lotus?
we need an impartial judge.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
And yeah, and so I'm gonna say we should call in the Lotus Witch because she knows all these things, and she doesn't have a preference between the two people, and how there
Great.
is
They might just say
preferences at
he's
work
not
here.
allowed here anymore.
Great idea, Hypatia.
Yeah, actually, it was Phil's idea. But
As you were having this conversation, the lovely flute music stops, and you hear off in the distance a tremendous roar. It's much louder than it's recorded at. I guess
I'll
I
blast
can.
it one more time.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
Yeah.
Got it.
It used to be so much easier to get sound effects, but then I don't have access to my sound effects gallery anymore. Yeah, you hear a massive Leonal roar kind of shake everything. You see more cracks appear in the statues. You see all of the Sphinx look panicked. Kartos, his feathers ruffle and his head darts left and right. And even Kabira Nasir stands at attention.
yeah, we need to leave. I don't think we have time to therapize people.
What if Angela knows Nolan or where he might have gone?
Kyra says,
Angela.
Why would she know Angela? Wait, why would Angela know Nolan? I mean, I assume
they
she
all
does
seem to know
because
each other.
Yeah, it's a small island. There's not a lot of people on it, so. Okay. As you approach, Kabira Nasir says, the breaker of the wheel. Always a pleasure.
Yes. So we followed the clues, and we have essentially discovered the ultimate issues here. And I lay out the facts of the relationships between all the individuals, and explain that the odds. I'm doing math here. I'm making an intelligence persuasion check, so we know that the odds are that, based on Nolan's behavior, that he finally found a good challenge that potentially could result in Kartos being unmade and allowing him to get with the chick that he wants. And he finally was able to challenge, but likely stole and hid, or possibly destroyed, the Book of Rules to guarantee that would happen, because he knows that Kartos is unpopular, and so will not fare well in a jury, regardless of whether or not the word is legal. However, also are all the arguments that the word, in fact, may be illegal, so we don't want to, let Kartos get off based on that, but we also don't want him to be condemned unjustly, and as we suspect the rulebook may have been destroyed, it would be best to call in an outside judge who has preference between the two, and allow that person to make a decision.
Your theories are very strong. Your mind is as keen as ever. But without proof or evidence, it would be folly to move forward on mere odds and speculation. This, after all, is the game of words. We cannot spare any chance of getting this wrong.
Exactly. And My point simply is that there is, in this situation, likely no other way to get it right.
What about the evidence of the hair found?
Sure,
at the
there
pool
is.
someone was
You
pointing
can
at?
simply stop the book from being burned. You exist outside of time and space.
Not anymore, I don't.
So you know the book is being burned.
If that is what their theory is, and they point at Hypatia, you should follow it through to its conclusion.
I promise not to interfere with time anymore, so you...
This island will interfere with your time. You must find a way to succeed. This being's existence relies on your successes. Your successes rely on your successes. Your destiny has been put on hold until you can prove yourselves.
Why do we need to prove ourselves? We didn't commit any crimes. We're just trying to help.
The eyeball looks at you and says, and that is why you were chosen, because you are big helpers.
I look at Phil and Rosette and I just say, I regret every choice I've ever made in my life.
Alright, I'm gonna bite the bullet and do something stupid.
Okay.
Thinking of the book, I am going to walk down the stairs.
Okay. All right.
Trying
As
to
you
keep my mind focused on that book.
Sure. As you begin to walk down the stairs, go ahead and give me either I believe it was wisdom perception or intelligence investigation.
I'll add my DM inspiration to that. I have one.
Oh, okay. You guys watch as he disappears, walking down some stairs.
See where he was going.
No, I didn't. I should have.
Why is he keeps calling you this breaker thing? You're saying you can't mess with time anymore? I don't know what he's talking about, but do you know what he's talking about?
Nessa says,
You
hey,
see-
Cyrus is missing. He started walking down the stairs.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's probably looking for that book.
And it says, well, he's not wrong. These creatures, they're not going to care what your theories are. They're not going to care what your ideas are. They're going to want proof. And Falana says, well, they also said that we only had 3 roars, and there was 1 roar already for sure.
Guess I'll go after him. I mean, there's like a 5-minute staircase. Shouldn't be far.
Yeah, I'll join you, brother.
Anything to get us off this platform.
Oh yeah,
And
let's get the heck out of here, Phil. Let's just go right back to the boat. We'll just send testicles.
Yeah, he wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And
All
yeah,
right.
I guess the 3 of us will go down the stairs.
Okay, Phil, give me investigation or a perception.
Does Kyra give me a bardic? Okay. Here's my perception.
That's just your fly roll, huh? Okay.
Oh,
Give me a D4. That's rough. Okay. All right. Give me a perception or investigation.
I rage. Because I've been walking so long.
You start going down the stairs fast. Rage stare.
Okay. Phil, full disclosure, how old were you when you started down the stairs?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say because of the hourglass sand made me younger.
Sure.
So I think it made me probably like early 20s, like 19.
Oh, shit.
20.
Oh, that's rough. Okay.
Oh no, not baby, please.
All right, so does anybody else go down the stairs? Otherwise, we will cut to a split party. All right, split party it is. Let's see. Let's see, Phil. Can you give me a D3? Ooh. Okay. All right. I guess I'll put an all-seeing eye so everybody else can, tag along. Let's see. There we go. And let's see. All right, Phil. Your intuition was correct. You waddle down the last step. A baby. Cyrus, you see baby Philippocles, or Babycles, as he is known to some.
Oh no.
I've got a nice
Kyra says,
rod.
"Oh my gosh, this is amazing."
I've got a nice rod, and I'm pushing buttons.
Oh no!
And I'm sucking off the top.
No, did the rod also turn into like a rattle situation?
Oh my god! What? You only have 4 hit points. What if you kill yourself? All right. Kyra's going to try.
4 death saves.
Kyra's going to try to pick you up and take away your weapon.
Oh, no.
All right. Give me a opposed athletics check. Oh my god! She like goes to grab for you, and she's just like, babies. Hey, listen. If he dies, he dies. And Annika looks at Kyra and just shakes her head. She's going to try and take the weapon away from you, Babycles. 27. All right. She snatches the weapon away from you and holds it high.
I hit her.
Okay. You pummel her with your tiny baby fists. Cyrus, you notice sleeping under a tree up on a rock formation is a very large dragon.
Oh my.
It is fast asleep. The creature looks ancient beyond all knowing.
Okay.
And you
Battle
see
dragons
the
are
occasional crackle of electricity travel from its snoot all the way down its body to the tip of its tail. Annika stops teasing baby Phil as she catches sight of it and her mouth opens goldfish style. Maybe we should just send baby Phil back up the stairs.
Yeah, that might not be
Baby
a bad
Phil
idea.
comes over here and he pushes down the rocks.
All right, it's incredibly satisfying. Some of them hit the little railing here and they slide down. Some hit the stairs and they tumble. It's one of the greatest feelings of joy you've ever felt in your a couple days of life. Technically, you de-aged into nothingness, but it's more fun to just have you be a baby.
That's scary. Okay.
I go to climb down the stairs.
Okay, give me an acrobatics check. Okay, you fall down the stairs. You take 6 points of damage, nearly dying from massive damage.
Oh,
Kyra
shit.
screams, runs down, and picks you up, slaps a band-aid on you, but does not provide any actual healing. She says, "It's better this way. He's sleeping." And there's like blood, like a scalp wound, just covered in blood. Just covered in blood.
I'll use mage. I'll cast Mage Hand.
Don't you
Lift
bring it
him
back!
up.
Don't you bring it back to consciousness.
No, just lift him up with Mage Hand.
Oh, okay.
Putting him around that way.
Okay. This is a heavy baby. How much can your mage hand handle?
30 pounds?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. He's mostly all head and tummy. All right, what's the play here?
I'm sorry, 10 pounds.
You went off on your own,
10
Cyrus.
pounds?
Unfortunately, a Philippocles baby is definitely a little bit more. So it's like you kind of dragging him a little bit up the steps, like one step at a time, kind of like gadunk, gadunk, gadunk. Annika is still staring at the dragon and says, "Is that one of the dragon, the monsters that you must slay?"
Mm,
You
Don't-
get
don't feel any feels of it.
no indication that you're supposed to fight this creature.
no, I don't think so.
And she lets out a sigh of relief.
I think there's only one dragon I was supposed to slay.
Why did you come down the stairs? Are you going back to the ship? Can we go back to the ship now?
I'm trying to find the book. I figure if I focus on that, maybe it would lead me to it.
Malacas, where do you think the book is? We don't even know how big this island is.
True, but apparently we gave our word to help him.
Why did no such thing?
We might have. Time is weird here.
You're saying that in the future I gave a promise that I now have to honor now?
What we call dishonorable by creatures that live beyond time and space.
I am not dishonorable. When I saw
Exactly.
dishonor amongst the five gods, I turned away from them and walked my own path.
That's why I feel obligated.
Fine, where do you think this book is?
I'm
What
gonna
did
ask
those-
the dragon?
You're going to ask that dragon?
Most of the dragons we've encountered that weren't corrupted already actually have been helpful. Weird, strange ways.
Okay, she pats you on the back and says, "Good luck."
You guys stay here. Then I'll speak in Draconic. Excuse me, good sir. Or madam.
The creature does not rouse. As you stare at it, you see, with your passive investigation, that there is something sort of up under its body, sort of like embedded in its scales. It appears to be a different color than the rest, sort of a brassy color. Maybe a patch of brassy scales.
Can I do an active investigation? Should I tell
Yeah,
what it
sure,
is?
sure. You may need to get a little closer, or give me a perception check.
Try to check from here.
Yeah. Okay. It appears to be some sort of lamp.
I'll try to speak in Draconic one more time. Excuse me.
You see the creature kind of rouse a bit, and it looks over, it opens one eye and looks over at you. Yes, I'm sleeping.
Sorry to bother you. I had a question, if you would allow it.
Normally I don't. I don't like questions or being bothered. Lotus likes to answer questions. Why don't you go pester her?
Unfortunately, in the time at which I come from, she has been banished from this island.
Banish? Why?
For being too different, apparently.
In the end...
We are friends with her, though.
Oh, she was able to make friends. That's good. And he starts to close his eye again.
Is there anything I could provide incentive-wise to make you that you would oblige you to answer a question?
His eye opens again, and he says, "Will you let me take my nap if I answer a question?"
Wholeheartedly.
Then ask your question.
Would you know of the location of the book of rules for the game of words? It seems to be missing in the time at which I come from. And someone's life is in danger because of it, of being unmade.
Interesting. Depending on when you are, it's in a different place.
Where I'm from, it's missing, and it appears to be a game between Nolan and... Shoot, can't remember his name.
Well,
Owl-headed things.
Where have you looked?
All around the room with the stone tables.
It sounds like you haven't worked very hard to find it. I will tell you, it is still on the island. For now. Soon it will be gone, but then it will be back.
When I focused on the book and came down the stairs, it brought me here.
Yes, this is the passage through time. And then suddenly the background music stops and the loud roar starts up again. I only have this dinosaur roar, so we'll just use that. Yeah.
Alright.
The dragon closes his eye and says, "The passage through time will take you where you need to go."
Alright, thank you.
And he's already schnoozing.
I guess we'll try the passage of time.
All right, you're in the passage of time. From here, you could journey towards the pit of stars, the edge of time, Oh, I can't remember if you knew that yet, or if you
Nope.
knew that in a future
No.
one. Okay. Or an undisclosed location.
I'll try this way.
Oh, okay. While you were trying that way, let's go back to the stone table. Is there anything interesting happening at the stone table that we need to go back for? Or are you guys just watching this unfold?
Ask questions.
Okay, sure. Let's see. Back to the stone table. All right. You guys did hear the roar up here also at the exact same time that Cyrus and Baby Phil would have heard it.
I'm just making the same argument toward the judge. I'm gonna wear him down.
Okay. Filibustering. Got it.
Yep.
All right. Anna, what are you doing?
I wanna come over to this Sphinx. That is
Okay.
Sorry you were.
And yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. You were going to say something.
Oh, hey there. Sorry you were plucked from where you were resting. I wanted to ask you. You seemed like you know Nolan?
Oh, Nolan. I do. He can be very mean. He sometimes gets a big head and thinks he can just treat anyone any way he feels.
He done that to you, or does he just do that to everyone?
He does it to everyone.
Well, we seem to be in a bit of a pickle here now. I want to help my new friend Kartos over there. Nolan seems to have challenged his play in this great game they've been playing, but Nolan seems to have disappeared, so we can't ask for his perspective, or I guess analyze the challenge and see if it was a good challenger.
Oh, they were playing the game of words. Nolan likes the game of words.
Do you know where he goes? Do you know where he lives?
Oh,
On this
he
island?
likes to go to the Stasis Ruins. He likes to watch things fall apart. Entropy can be very beautiful, because it is inevitable. No matter how much the universe seeks to create, in the end, its true purpose is to be destroyed.
Thank you for your time.
Angela winks at you and says, "That's a good one."
I got nothing.
All right, you're picking up, Hypatia, from Kabir Nasir, that it is not my place to allow the one known as the Lotus Witch to return. She was banished by her peers, and only her peers may re-invite her here. I was sent by the multiverse to enforce the game of words, and that is all. I cannot breach the local protocol and bring an exile back here without their permission. You are unlikely to find support amongst the locals. This entity was, after all, banished for many crimes against the timeline.
I'll go start lobbying the others. My main tack is going to be, if they agree with me, I will stop annoying them.
Mm-hmm.
I will continue to annoy with them until they do agree with me.
Okay. So you're just gonna work your way, you start with Carbon and kind of go from there, or?
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
All
I mean,
right.
I'll probably start with Wayla since she seems to be on maybe our side a little bit.
Oh yeah, Wayla will do whatever it takes to keep Kartos from being unmade. Reset, what do you got going on?
She's just trying to figure out this game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's looking. She's gonna go over to Kartos, I guess, at some point,
Yeah.
and be like, "Hey, so
Reset, you've returned. Do you bring good news?
I actually don't remember if I mean, is there a reason why we're helping you other than, because we're nice people?"
You're heroes, and I needed heroes.
Do you know the Lotus Witch?
Oh, she was never known as Witch, simply just Lotus.
Oh. Do you know Lotus?
I do.
Do you know the peers that banished her?
He looks a bit shamefaced and says, we all did.
Will you unbanish her if we help you?
How can she help me? Does she have the book? Is
No,
she
if
behind this?
We help you.
Oh, if you help me, I will gladly do what I can to help you. Help her.
Will you vouch for her with the other peers?
Oof, he looks really uncomfortable. You are unaware of the many crimes she has committed.
Well, it seems to me like you're a passionate person about the things that you believe in, like your maps.
Yes, I love my maps.
Mm-hmm. We'd like to help you, but
I see. You have 3 dots after your word, meaning that you're leaving it hanging in the air, trying to bait me into a response. I need time to think.
you don't actually have much time, actually. You're going to be unmade soon.
I really don't want that to happen.
Well, then you better think fast.
It feels like a very selfish indulgence to want to continue to exist, and in doing so, compromise my own personal values. My friend, I don't know if I can make that promise.
Well, I guess I'll just learn a bit more about this game here.
All right. As you,
Yeah. I just go over to this guy and ask him like how the point scoring works.
Oh, he gladly
Yeah.
begins to recite the instruction manual. Yeah.
Making sure we're in earshot of Kartos.
All right. So real quick, we're going to go over to this other map that just has, I guess, Cyrus on it.
Did I know?
But what?
Did I not go with? I don't know if.
I think Kyra's just trying to keep track. Kyra and your sister are just trying to keep track of Baby Phil and not have him get, killed. Let's see. Okay. Hold on. All right. What's your favorite color, Cyrus? Yellow, blue, green, or red?
Green.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see if we got some other music here.
I have another idea when we're done.
Okay, let's see. All right. As you arrive, you walk through a gateway. The gateway leads to a clearing. The clearing has no ground. Here and there you see trees have formed bowls of natural wood. In each of the bowls, you can see the swirl of the Nyx. In the center of this strange clearing You can see several stone rings that rotate constantly around a central platform. The central platform seems adorned with a great many glyphs. There is a sword stabbed into the stone at the center of these glyphs, and sitting upon the pommel of the sword is a bird. The bird looks at you. It opens its mouth as if to speak, and you hear a roar. And all at once, you feel yourself being unmade. Each of you ceases to exist, wiped from memory, from history, from time.
Been a fun game, y'all.
Yeah. You guys gave it a good shot. We made it, gosh, man, over, I don't even know. We were almost to 100 sessions. So not a bad way to end the campaign. We all tried our best. So, yeah.